Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking. If that means a lot to you guys keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And today we're talking about some questionable moves from this season. We've seen some risky gameplay that hasn't really panned out, and I want to look at these people in the moves that they've made, specifically the ones that were pretty dumb. I want to look at if it was their fault, what they could have done better, and if the edit was fair to them, or if it really was just that stupid of a move. So let's get into it. All right, the first move that I think you can kind of point out as being quote unquote dumb is Ellie and Janine looking through Gabler's bag. To me, I think from what they knew, this may not have been stupid, but in the grand scheme of things, looking through someone's bag, unless the entire tribe just hates this person and this person is just an outcast completely on the tribe, is pretty stupid because in today's era, usually someone has at least one friend that's going to go tell them. And in this case, that was Sammy. I think Owen also kind of helped tell Gabler as well. So to me, it's just silly. I mean, if Owen tells Sammy and then Sammy tells Gabler, which is what happened, now Gabler knows, and then you have to get him out now, especially if he has the advantage that you're trying to find. Why would you then give his allies this info, of which they're going to tell him, and then he's going to use the advantage to save himself? It's stupid. It's to me just very counterintuitive. It really doesn't solve anything, and it only creates more problems. It's something that you really didn't need to know, as he was going to be safe regardless, and you probably could have just had Sammy ask him. I mean, there's so many different ways to do this without having this giant risk. The second move for me that I think you can put in this dumb category is the NECA blindside. To me, Jesse and Cody made a big mistake here. I think Cody had really said it best. There really isn't much to say about it. He said that we've made our bed and now we have to sleep in it. And he means that they blindsided Justine, a player who's good at challenges, or at least better than NECA, in favor of keeping the people who they trust, which is Cody, Jesse, and NECA. That was a solid three, one of the most solid alliances that I've seen really in the past, 5 years worth of Survivor. Like, they seem like they were destined to go far, and having that old person in your alliance for a GOAT is perfect. I think both Jesse and Cody could have won at the end with that three, and I think it's a good setup. But instead, they choose to then blindside Justine, who, it makes sense. She's physically kind of strong, but she's not trustworthy. But then they switch up and they vote out NECA after that, a player who is in their alliance, who is loyal to them, who is going to be a GOAT at the end, most likely. And on top of that, a player who was not causing any problems for them, was never going to blindside them. And that's the most important part. All right, I'm going to make a third category of dumb moves here. And there's going to be a few people lumped into this category. And that is anyone who risked their vote during this pre-merge. To me, I think, again, the notable people are like Cody and Jesse and Janine. Cody for risking opening up the Beware advantage, and then also Janine and Jesse for risking their votes on Shipwheel Island. To me, this is just dumb. You're in the pre-merge, your vote is everything, and if you don't have a vote, you're usually going to be worse off in the game. It's almost never smart to do it, and it's always going to be an uphill battle after this. I think one of these days they're just going to vote somebody out for risking their vote, because they're like, well, they don't have a vote, they have no power, let's just vote them out, they're shady. And I feel like, although it hasn't happened yet, it's coming soon, and I think this is not a good choice. It's just not necessary, and you're causing yourself more harm than good. All right, next we have Lindsay. Poor Lindsay. She got shit on. I mean, it was just bad. She had one of the most miserable boots that I've seen, where she's in a perfectly fine spot, and at least the way that it was shown to us was that she started getting way too paranoid. I mean, just ridiculously paranoid, to the point where it annoyed her allies, to the point where they literally wanted to ruin their whole game and vote her out. Because I feel like, although they may have been better off with her gone, at that time, I think they're better off with her, and I think it's stupid to blindside your number one ally who's going to be good for your tribe in the future during the pre-merge. And so to me, I feel like this was completely lost. This was all her losing her own game. Now, I can only judge it based on the edit. I can't judge it based off of anything else. I know she said that they gave her like a horrible edit and she didn't go home because she was paranoid, but I can only judge it based off what I've seen on the show, because that's the only thing that I know for sure actually happened. And if that's the case, I mean, it's just horrible gameplay. It's not necessary to be that paranoid. And if you are, you shouldn't be telling people about it. Be paranoid in your own head, or make some action with players. Say, I'm paranoid, so can you show me this or this? But don't just keep being paranoid for no reason. Don't just keep being crazy and like just honestly being annoying to be around for no reason continuously, because that's going to annoy players so quickly. Then we get to an even dumber move from me. Obviously, the Lindsay one is more digestible and it's more kind of like, haha, you're stupid. But I think Gio is just as dumb here, because he goes home and he goes home because he cannot read his tribe. He gets completely fooled by Carla into thinking that Carla is his ally. Obviously, he knows that Cassidy is against him, but that's the only person who he senses that about. So he's good about like knowing that Cassidy hates him, but he doesn't know that the old tribe wants him and Ryan out. He's completely fooled by his tribe, just socially outplayed. And those are some of the worst moves, because like with other ones that involve idols or advantages or risks, you can say, well, I just didn't know, or I could have never known, it's all random, this and that. To me, this is just like, you could have known. You had plenty of days, practically weeks to know, and you just read the people around you wrong. It's the most basic way to be stupid, and he did it. Actually, for my next one, want to mention Gabler here. I know everyone loves Gabler's move at the merge, me included. I thought it was awesome for TV. It really kickstarted this season and was giving me hope for this post merge, that it will kick into gear and be a fantastic post merge. But on paper, that's a horrible, horrible move, because that can come right back on you. If Ellie doesn't lie to every single person she talks to besides Janine in this episode, then I think this could fall back on Gabler. Because the idea is Gabler could say that, and then it goes back to Ellie. And instead of like getting mad and lying to people, which is what Ellie did both before and after Gabler made those comments, which kind of sealed her fate, because then people were like, oh yeah, you know what? She kind of is a snake because she lied to me here. She could have just been honest and told people, hey, yo, Gabler just gave away all my secrets. What's to say that he won't do it back to you? Instead, she obviously melted down and tried to play super aggressive. So I think it is pretty dumb on paper. But what do you think? What's the dumbest move of this season in your opinion? Did I miss a dumb move? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, none of this happens without you guys. I'm Mr. Weird Guy speaking in a weird microphone. If that's what, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.